Hey everybody, and welcome to another new game to the channel, this time Manor Lords. I am super excited to check out this one. If you don't know what Manor Lords is, it is a city builder strategy game with a heavy emphasis on the simulation as well. We're basically making a medieval town as the town's lord, and you have to consider your people's needs, protect them, etc, etc. The goal of the game is to take over your region, and I'll kind of go into the game's modes as we get into it. But just as a preface, you can get this game right now 20% off for, I believe, the first 2 weeks of its early access release, which should be today as I release this video. If not, then the day before, because it's either going to be releasing on Friday or Saturday. But yeah, that's we're going to jump into it. Like I've said before, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome, glad to have you here. My name is Stapes. I check out a number of different games. You can go see what we have on the channel. But if you're here for Manor Lords, welcome, glad to have you here. And if you're returning, well, glad to see you again. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. That's enough of me talking. One last thing, if you guys enjoy this content, please let me know if you want to see more of it by liking and commenting down below. Always helps out with the engagement. So we're going to start with a new game. And we're going to make a sigil. We're going to make our, we're going to click our portrait for our lord. And I think, let's see, what kind of lord do we want to go with here? Let's go, I'm pretty happy with this dude, I think. I don't know, this guy kind of looks a little smug to me. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this dude. I like his headpiece. I don't know what that's actually called. If anyone knows what that's called, please let me know. I am not versed in historical medieval attire. So let's just go and name that Stapes. And let's make my coat of arms. Now you can do a couple different things here. You can have your background and you can have your symbol. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to whip up something here and I'll show you what I come up with. Okay guys, I think this is what I came up with. Honestly, I spent probably way too much time. I tried to make this thing up here work. I was not happy with it. I'm gonna click on it just because I'm afraid that it's gonna mess up what I have now. But I would also like to point out, you can also get just a pair of underwear, trousers, whichever you wanna call it, you know. Anyway, that's something you can do. There's a lot of customization you can do here. You can have different symbols and change them. I guess to give you an example, I'm just gonna click it. So you can do that and you can customize each one of these. You can click just about anything here and make any kind of coat of arms you want. It's kind of impressive and a lot of fun. So that's another thing. If you want to come here for customization, you have your new coat of arms. So we're gonna continue. And now here's the scenario templates. So you've Rise to Prosperity, Restoring the Peace, and On the Edge. On the Edge is going to be more of your, hey, you're going to be battling a lot. Restoring the Peace is going to be a mix between this one and On the Edge. So I guess I should start with this one. Rise to Prosperity is just going to be fulfilling the requirements of your citizens and building out your city. There's not going to be a lot of fighting. There's not gonna be a lot of battle, if any, I don't believe. This one is kind of a mix between this one and this one, where there is gonna be some fighting. You have to kind of fight for your lands, and you maybe need to fight to take over some lands, because you see our victory conditions down there is conquer every region. So to conquer, you're gonna either have to do diplomacy, or you have to fight for it. So we're probably gonna do the just kind of default Restoring the Peace here, and I have a little bit of interesting things going on in terms of combat and maybe getting raided. End goal domination, that's fine. I'm gonna leave this here pretty neutral. I'm not gonna change a lot of this. Just we're gonna play a vanilla game and not have much change to it. So let's go ahead and begin, shall we? Okay, so we have loaded in and we are Emmenruth, I believe. We have a new message. I'm gonna pause the game real quick. So you can see here, there's a couple different UI elements that we have going on. We have our, speed up, speed down, our seasons. This game does have seasons. We have spring, summer, autumn, winter, and each one has different things that are done, especially when it comes to crop growing. We have a lot up here to look at. If you played any games like Anno or Age of Empires is a little bit different. That's more of an RTS, but I kind of relate to it because there is some real-time strategy to this. But we have different couple things. We have our unassigned families. These families without assignment will work on construction, including guiding ox to transport timber. We have our assigned. These are the ones focusing on a job, to like a building or something of that nature. Living space, we have 0. We have our total population. You can see our families, our levels of families, and we have our retinue, which is going to be the people that fight for us. We have our approval. This is important to keep up. This is how we keep our people happy. And the population growth will also depend on that. So the more we have, the more population growth we're going to have. Public order governs the chance of crime occurring, as well as citizens permanently turning into banditry. So, there is banditry. You can take out bandits. You can have our regional wealth. This is the money of villagers from this region. So like a villager's wealth, and what we use to upgrade houses and so on and so forth. And I'll show more of that as we get into it. Then we have our livestock, our number of months before supplies run out. This is, I'm not going to go read through all of this. You guys, it's on the screen so you guys can read it for yourself if you want to pause it. but this is kind of basically how many months until we run out of resources. This is our name. This is our, our name, and we click on this, we go to our tech tree, so we can specialize our region. After you reach the next settlement level, you will gain granted a development point to spend. Unlock development branches to make your region more efficient. To enact policies, you need to rise your administration level by building administrative buildings like the manor. So this is gonna let us choose which direction we want to go with our colony. We can go with, I believe this is armory and fighting, so you can see down here that we have trees for that. I believe this is foraging and gathering. This is crop tending and animal handling, and then we have our trade and not really diplomacy, but more of just trade over this side, so we can kind of choose what kind of settlement we want to go here. If you want to trade, these two are extremely good, foreign suppliers, and I believe trade logistics and better deals. Trade logistics and better deals are really good because we'll see. I'll show you that as we get down to trading. All right, so I'm gonna go and jump in because I feel like that's enough of me talking. You guys just want to see the gameplay. Let's take a look at our new message here. Build upon your town, your manor, and when you're ready, press claim towards regions owned by your opponents. Once a claim has been pressed, be ready for battle. I'll unite these lands under my rule. All right, so Manor Lords families need food and fuel, and roof above their heads to survive. Supplies in this region panel show how much you got left, so we already went through that. So let's scroll out. This is the really cool part of this game, in my opinion, is you can keep scrolling, and it just transitions into this lovely world map then and there. You don't have to do any loading in or anything. Really great. It shows the regions under whose control you can press claims to other regions when you gain enough influence. And I really love how we started here. We started in the corner of the map. We're not really in the center. We've got our own little lands over here. You can see we have trade points, and you can see there's roads on the map. These roads we can't do anything with. If we scroll in, these right here, these are known as King's Roads. They can't, nothing can be done with these. You can build on them, but you can't delete them or get rid of them. So you have to kind of build around them. Now, if we take a look here, we have a rich iron deposit. We have some clay deposits. We have some stone deposits. We have a little bit of berry deposits that's growing, and we have some wild animals over here. You can see here we started right in this area based on the ink that's drawn on the map, which is really cool. This is going to update as you build your city, and it will continuously grow. I have some roads going this way and that way, and I think what I'm going to do is we'll probably build our village kind of like in this area, in this crossroads. I think this is going to be a great place to have like our town center where trade goes through. So that's probably where we're going to do our village start. We'll probably have some hunting over here, berry gathering over here, kind of planning out. It's unfortunate that our stone and our iron is so far away. We'll have to probably make a path out there so that our people can get out there, but that's kind of unfortunate that it's so far away. But you can see here, this is our rival over here. His name is, what is your name? Hildebolt von that guy. I can't pronounce his name whatsoever, so yeah, let me know down below if you want to say, hey, this is how it's pronounced. It shows which regions are under your control. Yep, we already know that. We can buy press claims to regions when you gain enough influence. Influence is gained, I believe, when we win certain battles against bandits and maybe some other sources. But you can see here there's some brigands. This is actually kind of bad. Awaiting orders, so these guys could come raid us if they want to. We probably need to take them out as sooner rather than later, but they're the only ones on the map, and they're kind of close to us. They're not so close, but you know, yeah, there's our camp. There's their camp. So you know, I may need to worry about them eventually. But without further ado, let's get some building done. I've talked enough. So we want to get roads and carts. So some workplaces allow villagers to use hand carts to support up to 10 goods at once. However, pulling a hand cart off-road is extremely slow. So make sure you connect your buildings to roads. Got it. All right, so we got here, we have our initial camp, homeless people's tents, we have our hitching post. So this is where our oxen's gonna be, and he can gather some of this initial supplies that we have. So I think what's gonna be good for us to do is at least start off with our wood cutting. And I think my industry, I think I'm gonna put in this area over here since it's gonna be already in that direction anyway. So what I can do is we can build off this road here. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a point here, go here, and then build out towards this way. So I want to go ahead and get through back there. So I think that's going to be a good place. And then we're going to go all the way back here. And then you can see there's some steep slopes, but we're going to build that road there. So that's our road out to our industry. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tank a forester's hut. Actually, not a forester's hut. We want a woodcutter's lodge. So every region in Manor Lords has strengths and weaknesses. Be sure to check all the resource deposits as well as soil fertility before deciding on direction of your town. Ooh, that is a good point. Thanks, game. So let's take a look at fertility. Let's see, fertility. Where do I take a look at that? Okay, so here's a little bit of a tutorial. Some buildings have flexible borders. Place 4 points to designate an area. The cursor will snap roads and buildings and try to create organic shape. You can leave more space for the future extension upgrades. for future extension upgrades. The first 2 points mark the front of the house by default, and then you can rotate them around. This is kind of what makes this game unique, is how you are developing your city. It's very organic, and it's just really cool, and I'll show you as we get to it. So fields in Manor Lords need to be very large to be effective, but also take long to plow by hand. For a starting village, try a field size of about 1 Morgan. Later, if you want this region to focus on farming, you can consider spending development point to unlock heavy plow upgrade, which allows plowing much bigger fields far more efficiently using oxen. Also remember to check the ground fertility, and some crop types are more picky about their soil to grow on. Okay, so if we look at here, we're clicking on a field, and we can see here the fertility of emmer. We also have underground water. We can see our underground water lanes. This is going to be important for us putting down water. You can see this is our hunting grounds for our food. We have flax fertility, and we have a lot of forestry going on. So like a lot of our fields may want to go out here or something. That's a bit far away, but you know, we could probably make something work, especially maybe out here. But you can see here, if we look at the map, careful, you're about to run out of timber and block yourself. Okay, yeah, so we got to be careful with that. Did I actually build roads and use up all my timber doing that? Hang on, wait, did I just make a mistake? Or as we'd like to call it here, a mistakes. I don't think I did. No, okay, I think we've got plenty of timber. Yeah, we got 8 timber. Okay, we're still good. So looking at fields, we don't have a lot of field space. Out here would have been great for fields. We may have to build out here eventually. We may have like a smaller settlement out here, and this is where our fields are going to be. But we'll consider that in a little bit, as we can probably get started with hunting. So let's go ahead and get that gathering. I want to get a logging camp set up, and I think where I'm going to get this set up is out here. So this is going to be on the edge of the forest. About right there should be good. And then let's go ahead and set up a woodcutter's lodge as well. So we have logging camp, workers fell nearby trees to produce timber. This one, workers fell nearby trees to produce firewood. So firewood's going to be important for us to build up for the winter. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up just so we can prepare it, but we also want to get a saw pit for planks. Now I believe for houses, so if we take a look at our construction and we go to our residentials require just logs. So they don't require the planks. So we just get the logging going. Oh, wow. Okay, zoomed in really quickly there. Unassigned families. Yep, that's fine. So anyone that's unassigned is going to work on construction. So it's important that we have this unassigned. It's important for you not to assign everyone at once. So you actually have someone that can build. All right, so we have our oxen. They're going to build that. They're going to go out there and help us get that going. Let's go ahead and get... I'm going to go ahead and get a woodcutter's lodge going. Because I believe... Well, no, we don't really need that right now. Let's get our forester's hut, because you want to regrow a lot of your forestry. You don't want to just kind of clear cut everything and be done with it. So we're going to go and get a forester on the edge of the forest here, and then we'll say, hey, this is our cutting range, and then go through and get to the mining and all that fun stuff. All right, so that is going to be some of our basics. Let's go ahead and get a forager's hut as well. We need food. So I'm going to say, hey, let's just build a little path off the King's Road here. And like I said, this is going to be kind of our main strip. We maybe have like a market right here. I could go ahead and actually adjust a lot of these roads if I really wanted to. I might do that, but I'm going to go ahead and get at least, like I said, our basic necessities up. So we have like a road that goes off that way, but we can build off here. And let's make this kind of natural, kind of like a split off and then go up and then around to the berries. Let's do that like that. So we can do that. Get our berry forager's hut down right next to him. Perfect. So grab that. And then we'll also get our hunting going, I believe. We need to be careful, though, because we don't want our hunting to take too much priority, because this will run out. You have to keep an eye on it and make sure you kind of do proper clearing. I'm going to put this up here with that, even though the hunting is right here. This is kind of near where I want to keep the main strip, which I don't believe moves. We have to consider where our wild animals are. So we might make the town center here-ish, maybe? I don't know. We can always figure it out. That's kind of a nice place, I think, because it's well, we could probably honestly just build across here and that would work just fine. I think we could do that. Maybe make the ooh, actually I have an idea. Hang on. So if we do this, we can make like our town center. Yeah, there we go. So we have like roads go like this, and this could be maybe our market, or we can have like a market space go here, maybe have a house here. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But let's go ahead and see. We need to get homes going. And we have, let's see, we have 3 timber left. So let's go ahead and build some initial homes and make sure we have at least a place for some people to live at. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up our first set of homes right here. And let's try to do, this is kind of the plot too small. Okay, that's fine. What if I want to do? Not exactly what I wanted. Road connection point, house location, snap to roads. No, let's try that again, shall we? So we want to snap to the road if possible. So I want to go around here, go here. There we go. That's what I wanted. So we need 6 logs to do. So let's get 2 homes going for right now. Let's get at least a point here and do a point here. Maybe something like that. Not enough goods. Okay, we have 3 logs. So let's wait until we have enough to get a couple more logs. So our people are going to be homeless for a little bit. But you can see they're getting to work. We can see they've taken the oxen to grab the lumber here. They're going to bring that to where people can start constructing. So let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit. What are my hotkeys for it? I don't know. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Okay, Z and X are going to be my faster and slower. A lot of other hotkeys here, but I'll learn those later. Z and X is kind of wanted to learn there, so I can actually speed up time and keep an eye on what our people are doing. And I find that interesting that the game uses a family system. It's not a per person basis, but it's, you know, different families that we have working on different jobs and construction, etc. Look like they're taking a little break. I'm waiting for some more timber to get here, so you can see the oxen. Someone's taking care of the oxen. And I believe we can only have 1 family assigned to this. Oh, no. So we assign a family here. I believe it will actually generate a little bit faster. All right, so they're taking that timber there. And once this is done, we'll assign a family, and they will go ahead and start working on cutting wood. Okay, very good. So this is our construction done, and the game is absolutely gorgeous. Like, you can look off, and it's just gorgeous. And probably one of the more... one of the better looking city builders I have. I mean, you can go down this road and you just see off into the distance. It's just awesome. Developer, I believe that this is a single dev. I could be wrong, or a very small team at least. But like I said, I played the demo and it's been a ton of fun. While the human workforce has to be assigned by default, livestock workforce is shared between workplaces. Okay, so let's see here. So any livestock workforces is shared between. So I believe anyone working here is kind of shared. So like storage, I think they'll be moving around storage for us. Anything that needs to be moved around. So logging camp, I'm going to assign 2 families actually. Let's go ahead and get some timber going. So we have 2 more workforce going. We're going to keep them available just so they are working on construction, because the faster we have that going, the better. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more timber going, and we'll have our forester. And we have our berries, and our hunting is kind of far off, but it's not that bad. So they are building this. We also want to consider where we're going to put our manor. We don't have a lot of good views, but I think I'm going to put our manor maybe over here somewhere. Maybe in this direction. Or right here. Trying to see if we have any good views. That's an okay view. We can have that. All right, so we have a new message. Let's check that out. I want to pause the game. I have heard of your renown and only seek to defend my rights and my honor against those who would wrong me. I hope you will not judge me by the rumors and slanders some may spread on me. Signed and sealed by my own seal, Hildebolt von Buren, that guy. Right back. Okay, so we can write back. We can drop a paragraph here. There is no negotiation. Your time has come. That would not be good. Request funds. We could... No, we don't. We don't have any influence. Or we can just go ahead and, you know, we have no rightful claim to Selsbitz and Hoffenstein. Hoffenstein? Man, I'm going to struggle doing these pronunciations. But you can see here, we would basically say you have no right to this, and it's going to cause some not good relations between us two. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to go to war. We're going to focus on our building and take care of our people here. So you can see here that they have made the forester set. We're not going to worry about this too much, but I am going to say, hey, I'm going to assign 1. And let's see if I believe, yeah, you can have a limited work area, or I can limit the work area. And I can say, okay, in this general vicinity, we can click that. And I didn't want to click that early, so let's do that again. And I can control and adjust the size of this. So let's go ahead and hit control. And you can see we can say, hey, I want you to plant trees in this immediate area. So let's just say this entire area, you're going to plant trees. That's going to be our forestry. I can do the same thing here. I can say, hey, unlimited work area. No, I want you to work in about the same area. And we're just going to be, this is going to be our industry area for that. So that's going to be good to me. So now that we have logging going, we need exposed goods pantries. So we need a storage place, because our food is going to rot if we do that. So we want our storage to be in a pretty decent place, I think. This is a well. We're going to need this eventually for our homes. We have our granary. Workers collect, store, and distribute goods using the pantry. And then we also have a storehouse. Workers collect, store, and distribute goods using generic storage. So you have your food and you have your goods. So where am I going to put these? Well, that's a great question. I think I should probably put it somewhere outside of our town. So probably at the entrance to our industry here. And I probably put the granary over here near our food. Granted, that probably should go somewhere else, but for right now, I'm gonna put our storage, I think right here. And then I'm gonna put a granary. Once we have the resources, we need stone for a granary, so we need to consider that. So we need to get some stone going as well. But I'm also kind of in an impasse because, well, I need workers. So do I need someone having hitched this? Space for your hardworking oxen and horses. Animals may run away if not enough space is provided. Something is stored inside, so I don't think we need anyone here, to be honest. I think this person's going to work on moving things around anyway. So we probably need to get some stone for a granary. But we really need to focus on getting homes first. So let's go ahead and see how much wood we have. We have 7 timber. So yeah, let's go ahead and work on that and get our first homes up. So let's get some residential going. I actually think what I'm going to do is this main road I made here. I think I'm actually going to put some houses here initially. I think that'll be a great way to handle that. And so we have this path going here. We have this path going around. This path is kind of not necessary anymore. We have this kind of main path going around. I might delete this path eventually, but let's go and figure out our first homes. I think I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them here. So we can wrap them around for this main area. Go here, and then we can say, hey, this is going to be our first burgage plots. Now you can see here that there's something adding to our burgage plots. These are things you can add onto them eventually. So that's a little too much right there. Let's go ahead and do at least 2 of these spots. I'm going to say, hey, and this is, we'll leave room for kind of some more to go there. Let's build. Well, let me build up a little bit more. Make these a good size. And there's some where you can have additions, and I think that, okay, that's the additions I was talking about. All right, great. Maybe it's because I don't have them wide enough. Let's check on the width there. Yeah, so we can do 3 at start. Do I want some plots to go here? And the answer is probably yes. But I want this orientation to make sense. So let's see if what is my rotation here? So if I click down and I say, hey, rotate. Yeah, not really. Reduce plot divisions. No. Okay, hang on. I don't like the way that's set up. I'm being picky here. Maybe something like this. And then go over. Yeah, that'll do. I think that'll do good. So we have some plots that have some additions that can be made to them, and then we can make more plots on the right there. So I think this will be pretty decent. They're making commentary. I have no idea what he just said. So this will take us a good bit of timber, but it'll free up, it'll get us 4 homes and some additions that we can make to those homes eventually. So I think I like that. I'm going to put that there. And that's going to kind of start off our main stretch there. And then we'll actually do some here, probably do something similar to what's over here to match that, and then keep going around. And we'll have like a market in the center here. Now, one thing I just forgot about that we looked at earlier is water. Where's my water? Because water is going to be super important. So if we look at underground water, okay, so we're kind of building on top of our water. We're going to want our well most likely in this area so people can come get water. So we're going to have that around our people. So we're not going to have a burgers plot go here most likely. We'll probably have a water point. We can have water up here as well or down here. I'm not sure exactly the range of the water, so that's something we need to figure out here. Drinking water for the burgers plots. Not enough goods, so we can actually take a look at that eventually. And I think this isn't too bad of a distance. We can make this work somehow. Eventually put one down here, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Let's read that. So, enables firefighting, which is good. Must be built over underground water. So right now we can put it back here, probably with our storage, if we really wanted to. I kind of want to save this space for some more burgage plots. And we can make them smaller if we really wanted to, but I'm not feeling that at the moment. So if we look here, I think I might put it here, and we put a granary up here, maybe. Or actually put it next to our storage, which wouldn't be bad. We can put that there for right now. We need water for our people. So we got plenty of DOMs, so we can go ahead and kind of let our people do their thing and see what happens over time, shall we? Okay, so we've got our first burgage plot. Homeless will move into the plot, and approval is high enough and might attract new families too. However, families need more than just space to be happy. Click on the building to check their residential requirements. All right, so if we click on this burgage plot, and I just love the way this game looks. It is incredible. If I take a look at this burgage plot, we can see here that they need water access, church level, so we need to have a nice church place for them. We need a fuel cart stall supply, a food stall supply, and clothing stall supply. So that's where the market is going to come in handy. Do I want the market right now? Well, probably, yeah. And we can make honestly, we can make this as big as we want. We can have a giant market. It may help eventually. So you can see here, we have a lot of space for stalls. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this set up, and people will set up stalls as time goes on. So we're gonna build that. That is gonna be our market. Supply and demand. Assigned families will set up stalls automatically as long as there is enough space on the market. However, over specific categories, to check your current supply and demand, man, I can't read, can I? Hover over specific categories to check your current supply and demand. Burgage plots closest to the market get their market requirements fulfilled first. So these burgage plots, because they're right across the market, they're gonna level up first. That is just how that is gonna work in the game. Okay, and if we go look over here, we can see that our storehouse is now complete. So anything is going to be stored here. You can see that we have all of our stored goods. We can store anything here, anything and everything. We can even select, you know, what goods we so choose. So if you want to have one for just military, or one just for commodities, or one for just crops, you can. But for right now, we're gonna leave that as is. I'm gonna assign no one to this one yet because I don't believe we need it. But we are getting to work, I believe, on our well over here. They're gonna work on that. And you can see here, they've already clear cut a good bit of our timber over here, but we're gonna continue working down through that as much as we can. So I hate that our stone and our iron is so far away, but we're gonna deal with what we've been given. So I'm gonna create roads, because roads are gonna make things much easier for our people to get here. So let's make this as natural as possible, kind of curve that around. Actually, I don't want it to curve that much. So let's go ahead and build out. We do that. Okay, that's kind of nice. And then we build out that. And then we build off this point here. Make it closer. Probably help if I did that. Nope. Hurry up. So I want to click that node there and build around. And then we're going to build over to our stone here. Follow the contour lines a little bit. And that's our stone right there. All right, perfect. So that is our kind of industrial road that kind of goes and helps us gather stone. If they so choose, we can say, hey, if you don't want to take that path, you can take the path closer to the stone. There you go. Just let's make make our city have some semblance of sense. All right, so we want all this construction out here, but we don't want iron yet. We don't need it right now. We do want to get a stonecutter camp though. So we're gonna put the stonecutter camp, and they're gonna go for our stone. So we'll put that there. And you can see that's on an incline. They're gonna be working, they're gonna be on an incline, but hey, they get a nice view. They can see the whole countryside from up here, which now makes me think we could have our manor all the way out here if we really wanted to. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think we're gonna keep our manor up close, or we can have our manor go through the woods. I don't know. We can have our manor go through the industrial zone. That makes sense. All right, so anyway, people are getting to work. I think right now we're pretty happy. We still need to get our homes up. We will need to have another burgage plot. So let's take a look. Do we have the resources for it? We definitely do. So let's go ahead and make just a couple more. And that way we also have room for people to move in, because workforce is very important. So let's go ahead and do this burgage plot over here that I was wanting to do. We're going to say, hey, that is the point there. And we'll bring that up to about the same place there. And I think that'll be really good, honestly. We have 3 more like that. Some have larger plots, but that's okay. Now, what I was wondering is how I get... Because there were some that have additional buildings that can be made to them, and I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so we have like house location and extension slot, so I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and make this as even as possible. I think I like that there. Maybe we have a road go up the side here and go around, just so we have some better travel going on, and we have more burgage plots going down. Let's see, is there anything else? Add plot divisions, reduce plot divisions. No, I think, ooh, yeah, so if we do that, we can have an extra building there. Yeah, it's because these areas don't have enough space. So if I give them more space, I want to cancel that out for a second. Build. And I'm going to go back here. And maybe we could do that. Maybe we can give those people a little bit more work in there. So like if I do this and we reduce, yeah, we can have 2 houses. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So we have 2, because I want these extra building kind of these, because these are eventually going to be services that can be provided, like a brewery or maybe a textile worker. These kind of would be nice to have in central locations. So I think I'm going to do that. I think even though we're getting 2 less houses, we're getting some extra facilities for later down the line. So that should cover our housing need for the short term. Have we got to work on this? We have. Now, we're not getting any food in, so let's go ahead and assign a worker to that. We have 1 worker left. Not great. Okay, now we have none. So we have no one that's on construction at the moment. So we need to look and see. Let's go ahead and cut our timber down. We don't need as many because our timber is honestly pretty good. We have 7. So let's not worry about that. Forest time, I do want these trees to be replanted. Let's check their working areas real quick just to make sure. Is there a way for me to check the working area beforehand? Permanent livestock assignment, that's fine. Is there a way for me to check this place's working area? I don't think so. I think I just select it and we just kind of know where it's at based on their what's being taken down. This is going to take a while to build because it's just so far away. We need to get, see, they need to move to the storehouse. So we don't have anyone working on storage. Oh, this is where we need more families coming in because we're just out of workforce. Homeless people tents, we could upgrade to a worker camp. Provides a crude living space for 5 families. I don't think I'm going to work on this. We are getting these homes done. And I think I'm going to actually make this a very high priority just so we get those done. So that we don't have any homelessness and we can deconstruct that tent. So let's go ahead and get that done and let time pass, shall we? Okay, so we have some more burgage plots and we have family members join one of the settlers, burgage plot level 1. We also have a bunch of our other warnings up here, but that's okay. We'll deal with those as we get to it. All right, so we can see exposed goods, pantry. Yeah, we know we need to get a granary up. We know we need to get some stone. They're still working on our burgage plots over here. Eventually we'll get more families coming in. I'm hoping we'll get more sooner rather than later. And you can see here we have our first stall and they're selling their goods. So people who work in, like, for example, the bear, this is a meat and berry stall, I believe. I believe if we look here, there's a slab of meat. Food stall. Can I click on this? Yeah, so you see they're selling meat and berries. So the families that own, or not really own, but work at these facilities over here, they will set up their own stalls and bring over their goods there. It's a really awesome system that they have going with the game. I really love the fact that these families set up stalls and have their own way to make their wealth. Just really incredibly well done in terms of game design, in my opinion. You can see here that they're working on this burgage plot some more. We're gonna have 6 going, so we'll have some more families come in, which is really good. And like I said, we need to go ahead and get our stone going. I don't know if anyone's been up here to work on that. Not really, it's so far away. And I've got, you know, our burgage plots as a high priority. So I'm going to put that as a high. We're going to put this as, actually I haven't put anything down there. We're not worried about it. So what's the next thing I need to worry about? Well, let's take a look here. We need a granary, so that's stone. We need exposed goods, so generic storage, but we need more families to work on pulling that in. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of forester, we're pretty good on wood. So let's go ahead and put the storehouse here. So we're moving our stored goods in here. We don't have the granary yet, but it's okay. At least we're moving some of these other goods and getting these wardings gone. Some of these people are waiting for homes. So our berry pickers don't have a home yet. So we're waiting on getting that done. They are constructing their home. So we'll go ahead and speed up time a little bit and look at the home done. Okay, very good. So that is done and our settlement level has increased. So we have a new development point. To get more population, you need to have enough empty burgage plots to get your, and your approval needs to be over 50. So we need to get over 50 for people to come in, which is going to be very important. And we have a new message. A strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has just arrived, and you will now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we will need more weapons to equip all the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Excuse me. Okay. So, burgage plots and approval over 50. Got it. So we now have 1 development point. So what do we want to focus on? Well, that's a great question. Do we want charcoal burning? Charcoal kilns convert 1 firewood into 2 charcoal, making refueling twice as efficient. This could be good. We won't need as much firewood. Beekeeping works to collect honey. Every region can send up to 2 apiaries by default. Placing more will not increase the yields. Forest management doubles the capacity of all berry deposits. Enables hunters to skillfully lay traps in the forest, which give passive income of meat. That could be very good. Sheep breeding, sheep grazing on the pasture slowly multiply, heavy plow. I think right now we're not worried about farming. Our settlement is not going to be too good at farming just because we're not near a lot of plots right now. We'll figure that out eventually. Trade logistics, we're not going to focus on this yet. Trading is going to be good later on, but we're not going to get that yet. I'm either going to go for this charcoal burning or I think the trapping, and I think I'm leaning towards the trapping, so we're going to get that. Because we have a lot of woodlands and we have this wild animals here. Now you can see here it's going down. We have to be careful not to overhunt this or it's not going to grow back, I believe. So we'll look here, advance, people. So you can see also people's work. They go from here to here and go to work. And you can see everyone in the family. You have Linhart, Jorg, and Gerhals. So they're all a family working as hunters, which once again, I find that really cool. To me, that's just a really awesome system. All right, so the game's just saved. Pantry's doing good there for their berries, and they have their food stalls here. So we have oh, we have our firewood, I believe. Yeah, we already have firewood. Actually, I don't even think I have a firewood thing set up, which is gonna be important. We need to get that set up now that I mentioned it. So let's go and do that. Construction, woodcutters. So let's go and get a woodcutter store down. We're gonna put that right there. This is gonna be our main industrial road, just for people to work through. All right, so they're getting out here. Our oxen had to go all the way out here, which is not great, but I think all this only requires one. Oh no, it requires two. So this poor lady at her oxen have to come all the way out here to build the stone cutters, but we need it for our granary to save our food. So we still have exposed goods, but you can see this person right here. They're taking their wagon and they're pulling these goods back and forth. Now they're not taking the bread, unless you're about to make me a liar. Are you about to make me a liar? You are making me a liar. What are you doing? No, put that away. That's not, that doesn't go to the store, it goes in the granary. What are you putting in here? Where are you putting this bread at? Okay, where are you going with that? Okay, family settlers join the burger plot. Good. So people are moving into their burger plots. I don't know where he's going with that. I don't think we store bread here. I could be wrong. Are you about to make me a liar? Well, no, you can see here we have all of our generic storage. We have our firewood and our stone and all that. Okay, I think there's still stuff in here that I just wasn't considering, but he got everything now? What's actually in here? Is there bread? No. Okay, I don't know what you're hauling. Good work, though. Okay, so we can see that that is gone. I'm going to take him off this for right now so that... Oh, actually, wait. You had a... Oh, okay, anyone working the storage will sell firewood. Right. Okay, so actually we need that. Probably need to have that going until we get a family here working on the woodcutter's lodge. But you can see here, people are going out here to build this all the way out here. But hey, we at least got our logs out there. I lied. No, not yet. They're still working on that. So yeah, that is currently where we're at. We have our 6 burgers plots. We have this one almost done. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and set the highest priority so we can actually get more families in. Let's check on how our goods are going. So yeah, we've gotten our fuel supply and our food stalls. Now we need to focus on a church and we need water access. And as you can see here, they haven't built the water well yet. So I'm gonna put that as a very high priority. Actually, I'm gonna put that over the stone because we want that water access. And you see here, we're not doing great. We have fuel, which is not good. So honestly, our fuel needs to be over the stonecutter as well. So we're gonna put that as high. Because if it becomes winter and we have no fuel, well, our people are going to freeze to death, which is not going to be great. So these guys are going to build the stone cutters up here. And really what we need to focus on right now is getting more families into our little settlement here. Very good. All right, so we have our logging camp. We have our forester's hunt. The woodcutter's lodge is going to get there eventually. Stocks damaged by weather. Supplies. So our stocks. What actually got damaged here? Is it these? No? People suffering from disease may stop working. Access to herbs might speed their recovery, while varied diet increases the resistance. Ah, okay, so we need to make sure they have a good diet. Oh, our bread's getting damaged. Ah, okay, so yeah, we didn't get a granary in time, so our bread's just kind of getting wet. Everyone's gonna have to eat soggy bread. My bad, I didn't get stone fast enough, but as you can see, the stone is just way too far away. Actually, do we have a thing? I'm gonna be a dingus, aren't I? Yeah, we already had stone. Well, look at that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get our soggy bread stored, shall we? So if we have a granary, let's go and put the granary. I think I'm going to put it back here. I do want to save some space, I think. Eventually we're going to move this and have more burge plots, possibly. So I think I might move this granary back here where their firewood is. And we'll eventually move this. And these, they have to move it. You can relocate, but it doesn't cost the materials anymore. They just have to rebuild it elsewhere. So they don't feel like, I don't believe they have to move the logs back and forth like they were before, but that's kind of a nice system the game has. So you can see here we have our kind of downtown coming nicely. It's on the King's Road, which is fine. That makes sense to me. A lot of these, actually that's not the King's Road. This is a road I made, and so you can see here the roads actually got bigger based on what their use is. So more people that use this road, the wider it's going to get. And you see here the King's Road here, so it goes through. And we'll have houses on this side as well. But, you know, our market's right next to the King's Road. If you so choose to go through the nice little Burge plot road, you can. And, yeah. So I think we're looking good so far. No, firewood's less than ideal, but that's okay. We're getting there. I'm actually gonna put this on very high because we need that firewood desperately. I think they are working on getting the stone cutters done, but once again, not my main concern at the moment because I didn't realize we had stone, and now we can get our granary. Oh, that was a big mistake on my part. So yeah, we have no bread anymore. Also, you can see that the storage where we're putting our bread is now gone. It is no longer there. Hitching post, probably gonna move that at some point. But for right now, maybe move it up here. And then supplies, once this is all gone, we'll not have to worry about that anymore. Okay, let's go and speed up time and let our people do their thing, shall we? Okay, so we have finished our firewood, and we've also finished our well, so people have access to water now, which is really good. And then we also have our firewood. So I'm gonna go ahead and assign a family to this. And I think what we're gonna do is we probably have plenty of timber. We have 24 timber. That's really good. Okay, our hunting is good, our food is good. I honestly don't need to take anyone off that. We really need more families to come in. So we are above 50, so we could probably start seeing, wait, homelessness, what? Who's homeless? Previous, okay. So market food variety is going up. We have no one that's homeless anymore. People are happy. As happy as they can be right now anyway. So we have one person there. We have no one on construction. Yep, I understand. That guy's got his food still open. I think I'm gonna take away from the logging camp for a second. We have plenty of logs. We're gonna let our firewood go through there. And then we'll have our stone cutter done up here. Like I said, it's very unfortunate that it's so far away to get there. And we may make a road eventually for industry that goes like up through here maybe. And we have this clay pit. We may do that. Or just because of access. I mean, granted, people just walk through the woods. It's not that hard to walk through woods. But yeah. And I think the trees won't regrow on our road. So you'll see that the road is going to start clearing up and people can go through it. And it's very dense through here. You're going to have to kind of push your way through the shrubs in this road, but that's okay. Hopefully that starts clearing out once we kind of cut it down. And if I look at my wood, I actually may do that. And I don't think I actually did this properly is I want to go ahead and set that up to where it covers that entire area. Perfect. Yep. So they'll get back there eventually once we have the families to do so. Right now we need to make sure we have firewood because, well, we're not going to survive 2 more months without our firewood, which you could argue like, hey, maybe you should have went with the charcoal kilns, which I might need to go next. But our trappers should produce a lot of food. I mean, look, we have 7 meat and 50 berries now. That's not bad, but we are creating passive meat at this point. So you can see carcass transitionary resources. Yeah, looking good. All right, well, guys, I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up for this episode of Manor Lords. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the start of our tiny little village of Immenruth. I hope you guys, once again, hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, feedback is greatly appreciated down below. If you want to see more of this, liking, commenting really does help, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you may be. Thank you for spending some of your time here, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.